Welcome to the first episode of the Neuro Health Broadcast, a very new podcast hosted by me, Joseph Coppus, on all things neuro health. So this podcast is going to aim to create a platform and highlight a variety of different practitioners in the world of healthcare, trying to focus on neuro health in particular. For those of you who may not be familiar with me from my previous work, like I said, my name is Joseph Coppus. I am a diplomate in chiropractic neurology or functional neurology. I have my doctorate in chiropractic, and I also have a certification to practice functional medicine. So I encompass all of these things into my practice. The goal of this podcast, like I said, is to kind of create that platform for these practitioners, for these therapists, to come on, talk about what they do, and to show you that there are so many options available. So there's so much hope out there if you're struggling, if you're having a hard time. A little bit more background on myself and why I'm even sitting in front of you talking about this. When I was in high school, I had a pretty bad concussion. It led to a prolonged period of really bad headaches, dizziness, things of that nature. Eventually those things did subside on their own, but one thing that didn't subside was I started developing symptoms of dysautonomia. So I was passing out frequently. I wasn't able to do those exertional exercises that I used to love. And that I struggled with for about 4 years. Luckily, once I entered chiropractic school, I learned more about what functional neurology is and was helped. So now I'm able to live my life unencumbered by those symptoms, and I can exercise, I can talk to you on this podcast, I can treat patients without any problems, which is fantastic. And after experiencing something like that personally, it's hard to just look away and not go down that path, right? Once you're exposed to that type of truth and power, it's hard to just turn a blind eye to it. So after that, I dedicated myself not only to finishing my doctorate in chiropractic, but to also finish my postdoctorate work in clinical neurology, functional neurology, chiropractic neurology. A lot of names for it. One thing though. So I was able to get my diplomate very shortly after graduating. Since then I've accumulated thousands of hours of classroom time and patient care. Some of the advanced training that I have in clinical neurology include the management of migraine, concussion, movement disorders, childhood developmental disorders, vertigo and dizziness disorders, to name a few. As I was in practice, something that kept coming up, something that I really felt like I needed to add into my clinical practice, was a deeper understanding of functional medicine, which we're going to talk at length about in this podcast. So I decided that I really needed to incorporate that into my practice as well. And since adding that functional medicine piece, it has been a game changer for a lot of patients as well. So a lot of our guests are going to come from functional neurology backgrounds, they're going to come from functional medicine backgrounds, they're going to come from chiropractic backgrounds, they're going to come from physical therapy backgrounds, on and on and on. Some are going to be patients who just want to share their story. Some guests, we're just going to have kind of a casual conversation on the state of healthcare. We're going to have guests from all over the world come onto this show to talk about the unique and interesting and powerful things that they're doing with their patients. So I hope that you're as excited as I am to embark on this next journey. I hope that you are able to like, subscribe, and give us a review if you appreciate this content. Feel free to share with whoever you think might benefit from this type of information. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Take care.